this is Ryan Little. I'm going to be recording my essay assignment for extra credit for History 100. And for this assignment, I built the Giant Wild Goose Pagoda that was built during the Tang Dynasty in China. This is a pagoda that was built for religious purposes, and it is a large tourist attraction in China. And I thought that a great way to do this assignment would be to build it within a game that I would have fun doing, but also would allow me to creatively capture just the size and scale of it. So this is the Giant Wild Goose Pagoda, as well as the compound surrounding it. As you can see from the very beginning, the scale of it is rather large. And I will be including the reference images in the file I submit of what I use to kind of base everything off of. So you can see for these banners, I created this pattern to kind of symbolize kind of the Imperial Chinese feel, especially with the red and gold. And there are no white fences within the game, but I was able to get this kind of whitish wood that kind of go along with the white fencing that are in the reference images. So if we go up the stairs here, we'll see that we have this building here that mirrors one that is very similar to the building right in front of the stairs. And the interior of the Giant Wild Goose Pagoda itself is filled with a lot of golden statues and objects, and a lot of like red carpeting and red artwork. So I kind of wanted to capture that in the game. So in a lot of these rooms, you'll see a lot of red and a lot of gold. So this is just a small room here. And then this is the Giant Wild Goose Pagoda itself. I didn't build all the way up to the top with rooms and stuff, just because the size on the interior would have been really difficult to kind of utilize this space creatively. So I wanted to get the essence of what was inside, kind of with the gold and the red carpeting, to just give it that feel of, you know, the interior being very rich with that kind of culture and things like that. So if we continue around the compound, I'm sure you noticed through the window, I brought some non-player characters in. These are a special, like a class of them, to kind of symbolize like the monks that would be here at the time, studying, living at the Giant Wild Goose Pagoda, studying at the time. So there are some on that side, and then on this other side as well, on the interior. You'll see I stuck with the red theme. And so then as we continue, you can see on either side this is mirrored. So just some more of those banners. I went ahead and reversed the yellow and the red there for decorative purposes. And then if we go out the back, we come to this kind of garden area here. And this was just kind of a decorative garden. It was kind of hard to get pictures of a lot of the area around it. I did find one picture that was of a Wild Goose Pagoda garden, but I wasn't 100% sure whether it was for the Giant Wild Goose Pagoda or the Small Wild Goose Pagoda. But it had these really close together, almost like headstones type statues, and so I wanted to capture them here. But I wasn't 100% sure which pagoda they were for, but I thought it was really beautiful, so I included it in here as well. To take a look at some of the other details, there were 7 roofs on the Giant Wild Goose Pagoda. So if we fly up, you can count that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And so I was able to capture that. And then each block within Minecraft is 2 meters by 2 meters. And so I was able to kind of get a scale for this. So this first layer is 10 blocks high, so that's 20 meters, and then each subsequent layer is 10 meters. So the building itself is quite massive. I also got the trim of the buildings with this kind of very red, almost brick, reminiscent of that imperial red design that you think of when you think of Chinese architecture, especially with these kind of curved rooftops especially. And so I also tied together the themes of the windows here with the lanterns in them on the buildings themselves, just kind of keeping it all together. And the roofs of the buildings of the compound they seemed like they were kind of very simple stone roofs. So I stuck with a nice stone roof outlined by this red, and I think it kind of came together really nice. So I hope that this is what you were looking for. It took about 10 hours of building to complete. Quite a long time. A lot of work, but I hope it turned out great. Alrighty, thank you.